Bonsoir, hi, and welcome back for that streaming. And tonight we are 7 cup, and we try to reach like I don't know 6 cup, so that we'll need a 5 victory. And if there's a defeat, then it's -10, so that would require 7 games. And let's go then. Okay, and I'll go for inner elephants, inner sand. And he went for a right side elephant, as you can see here. The idea with this rook is to go here, so that the elephant that will probably jump there may not take the pawn that's here. Okay, we're here, the pawn is covered by the elephant. And he may try to threaten there this pawn, for example, but he went for developing the other rook, but both of the rook will a bit collide, and I will try to get some space. Like this, those two pawns, and yeah. What he probably wants is to block the pawn with the elephant, but the counter for this is simply to push the pawn when the elephant will be brought there. So I will link my pawns, and I will wait for the elephant to come. After that, simply push and the threat will be gone. Alright, he went with the knight. I'm not sure I was expecting this, because once the pawn is pushed, the knight will be very blocked. Rook there, so that's almost losing a rook, as you can see, but there's no way I can take the rook, because otherwise it's a check here, since my cannon is kind of pinned the center. But what could be played? So we will go for rook check down here. I will simply hide my king, because I have a good position here. Okay, that elephant is not doing so much here. There's no rush to kind of try to annoy him, and he will have to come back there. And now there's a way to gain the rook, if I'm not wrong, because since the guard is there, there is like 1, 2, and 3 pieces between the cannon and my king, so I will be able to simply jump there and boom. So that's the risk when you have a rook on a file and you close the mobility on the same row. Then if a cannon happens to control that file, the rook is lost, and it's lost because the elephant is covering. And if pawn takes pawn, I can even take the pawn before. No, I can't, because if I take the rook there, and then there's a double threat, and I have to or exchange the rook or lose mine, so I will simply take this rook already. And now I take the pawn, the rook was threatened by the elephant, but that's not a big deal. And here we are in a quite satisfying position. But before that, it's a little detail, but that elephant will have only that square, which is not a very good square, and it's specifically very annoying for this elephant that won't be able to leave the play until then. Okay, and that's time to secure the center with the king. Knight here, maybe a good idea after that. Working a bit less right now, because knight here, pawn there, and now since the knight protects the pawn, it's less insulting because I cannot take the pawn anymore. So for something a bit different, check. And here I could take that elephant, but the risk is that the knight may come here, and that will be kind of annoying. So we'll bring that elephant so that if the knight comes, then the cannon can jump here. But before that, there is a threat on the rook. Alright, that elephant is protected. So we'll take this one, probably knight here, and the cannon can jump here. That's a nice square. He won't be able to stay very long at that spot because of the pawns, but that will be enough. Now the knight. Okay, that's away. So what's on the road is pawn push. But before that, went for rook here. And I'm fine because I will be able to kind of exchange the rooks. Simply go back in that spot. Like there, I kind of missed that one. Because there is a fork here. Okay, so we could think of a knight here that would threaten the rook, and the rook cannot go there, so the rook would have to go back and knight takes, but there is a little parade, and it's simply cannon there, because I'm not pinned anymore. Oh, but there is checking. I missed that move because the only way to avoid this is by bringing the cannon, and that's losing. Oh, yeah. No want to lose this knight, but I'm not sure I'm going to save it. Knight there, probably. And there's not so much counterplay here. Here. That's to protect the cannon and also protect the knight. Okay, my idea is to bring the elephant to fork the cannon on the quad. So that's a safe retreat. Still bring some pressure here. The idea may be to activate the other elephant. still that's not a great situation. Okay, so he went with the cannon, maybe to exchange it, so knight. Now bring the other elephant in the play. That's a nice move to block the elephant. Now I release defense here. There's a little trap. If cannon takes, then rook takes checkmate, but he won't fall in that. Okay. The idea is cannon check somewhere. I will sacrifice the board, because if I bring the king back here, then cannon takes elephant check and I lose the elephant, so that's better, because I also have a kind of mean threat with the cannon there, and yeah. That's quite annoying position, because there's no way to leave the rook properly, or leave the cannon, because if I leave the cannon then I lose the rook because of the cannon, and in the other case I lose the cannon. Now there's a protection, but I don't know if it lasts, if it will last very long. Okay.
10초 남았습니다.
Not great, but he could play the cannon there and that would have checkmate. But here, okay, there was a checkmate, but he missed it. I think the game is over. Yeah, there's nothing to hope. Okay, could go for like takes. But I will resign there because there's really nothing to go for this. And that was the warm-up game. Hey. So what do we have here? A lot of game played and very balanced win-lose ratio. And the opponent seems like he's not playing. That's a bit early to think. But those are the theory for the moves. Let's thread that little fork. Not so annoying. What about the thread there in order to thread here? And the elephant will also join the party. That's to prevent the pawn from going there, and also to give some play for the rook in case the cannon goes to the corner. And that's the way to defend the attack. So right now I can simply dig into that pawn. And that was the only way to stop it. Rook threat, there, night, cannon comes back, and we haven't accomplished so much. Okay, let's get some play for this rook. As you can see here, my cannon can take the rook because the cannon is not pinned. But if my cannon there was pinned, then that would be a complicated situation to handle. So when playing this, I have to be careful that if he moves the knight, then my cannon is pinned. So I had to check that the knight is not threatening important material. But right after I will bring the guard so that there will be enough material, and I'm not sure I will move that cannon directly, but it's better to link the guard since there is enough time to do it. Okay, that can be an attempt to exchange the rook. But if he does that, he will lose a rook, because pawn here, rook take, cannon takes, and then elephant here, threatening the rook, and at the same time, since the elephant is gone, that's check with the cannon. Okay. Now I'm getting some play for this cannon with the cannon here, maybe cannon back there. If it goes here, then you will threaten that knight. Okay. Just want to see if he will go in that spot. Okay. So that's to win the knight. The idea is to bring back with the cannon and check. Hello. So that's to block the elephant there. 44, 72. Check. Yeah. There's the cannon here, so I will take the pawn because the pawn is threatening the cannon. But after that, yeah, still just check takes. Okay, so the rook is threatened, so there's not so much to do about it. We bring the king in that spot. I think I will go for taking some material. 46, 66. The idea was then to check there, but that was giving a pawn, so I'm not so sure. Okay, and now attack at knight. We are a knight down, but we have some counterplay, like the elephants are way more active than his elephants, and the rooks are doing also good job. And we are ahead in terms of time control, but still 1.5 points like at the very beginning. Alright, so he goes for exchanging the rooks, but there's a little problem, is that the pawn will be hanging. So yeah, I will go for this. I could take that knight, but then cannon takes knight, and I take and he goes back, so that will not be an advantage directly. So maybe that's better to take the free pawn. That's also threatening to exchange a guard for an elephant, and after that, depending on what happens, I may actually... the elephant there can be good at some point, not yet, but maybe after. Elephant worth 3 points and guard also worth 3 points, but very often it's better to exchange the elephant for a guard, because guard are very good for defense when they cooperate. Okay, he bought again time, that was nice. Guard, they are very good to defend when they cooperate and they are linked like this, so... And there's no specific advantage having both elephants, so it's better, especially when there is a lot of material remaining, which is the case yet. When there is like almost no material remaining, if you exchange the guard for an elephant, it's like in the game you play with a piece, with one less piece, because your extra guard will not achieve offensive stuff, while his elephant may achieve a kind of force or whatever. So it depends. But there, of course, I exchange because there is an elephant here, and by moving the knight, he kind of blocked that cannon. So we may have a good opportunity to win the cannon like this. Alright, so we sacrifice the cannon for a knight. That can be good in endgames, because in endgames there is less piece so that cannons and stuff can jump on, but still I think that's a bit too early, and that elephant has no squares. Let me check something. I can bring the elephant here. Yeah, that's killed by the cannon, but he may bring the elephant in that spot in order to exchange. But if he brings the elephant here, I will simply bring my rook there and gain the other cannon. The rook may take that pawn, but since it will be enough to gain the game. Because it's very hard to defend when you have two cannons and you have no cannons. Oh, but that's check. Okay, so I will take it. Take. What about check here? Yeah, that's better. The knight cannot come back because it's pinned by the cannon. So there is only one move. King there. And I will simply take this knight that was at the center. Yeah. And the rook there is doing like nothing. Which is quite good. Next move is rook here or rook here. Depends. But probably rook here to keep the defense on the pawn one more turn. I may run out of time. Okay, play the last second. So that threatening checkmate. Threatening to take that guard. I think that was a mistake. And he will resign there. That would be reasonable. Okay, no. Because I didn't saw that I could take the rook, I was yeah, that was better. Okay, so we lost the warm-up game, but still now that's fixed. Okay, pawn there. In that case, we will defend the other way. Let's get the fight. He should have played the rook here, that would have been the best. Because I moved the knight in order to be able to defend with my other cannon. And now I can say I have the file, but he doesn't have it anymore. Okay, that's threatening the elephant, and now I get the file because he had to defend the elephant. Otherwise he could have simply bring back the rook there. Since the cannon is not there anymore, I will bring back. And his idea may be to exchange that rook because it's less active than my rook is. And I will, yeah, I'm okay with that exchange. So the idea is to push because I have a lot of defense there. And the cannon here, the elephant is fixed, so yeah, let's go. We try to get that pawn that was isolated, and since he was pushed, then it was not protected anymore by the initial position of the elephant and the knight. Instead of cannon goes back, he should have gone for rook there, because if I exchange, then his cannon is in that place and it could jump back to protect the rook. So the rook is the pawn is pinned. Right, and there the knight covers if pawn push, and if pawn takes, the rook is free. So what's... Okay, you will bring the knight here after that, and that will fork and gain back pawn. It's a bit annoying. So I have to go for getting a space for the cannon, and that's so. Oh, but there was the elephant. Okay, I missed that. I'm a bit blind tonight. Yeah, there was a threat to take back the pawn. And if the knight goes here, then I simply bring the rook there, and the pawn would have been blocked. But he saw that, so he got back the knight here. That's a bit tight back, but that's very okay defense. This one? Or this one? That's creating a weakness on the elephant. I'm not sure I can afford that. The risk. 63. Yeah, but there is the elephant. I have to get some space for those elephants. The risk is a little fork. No, that's not about being an idiot, that's just about like missing a move, and I did that and I still do. Okay, so that pawn is very annoying and it's supported by the cannon. Okay, so that looks like a pawn sacrifice, but I can take that central pawn, and that central pawn was used to protect the knight, and now that creates some holes. The knight may have to retreat, and the pawns are a bit split apart. Right. So if the elephant moves, then my cannon is threatened, but there's no risks. Because the elephant has only one, yeah, now that's threatening the knight, so I have to go back. Okay. Elephant there would be kind of annoying because I would have to. Oh no, I could bring the pawn. But still, that's blocking my knight from coming to the center. Okay. Elephant comes back. I want that elephant to move somewhere else. That's 1989. That's protected already by the cannon, and if he moves that knight, then my rook is threatened because the rook holds there, so that won't be working. And here we have the elephant. I cannot really push the pawn because the elephant is defending there. Okay. Yeah. If he push, I take. If he goes there, then the knight has to come back here because that square is protected by the cannon, so I need the guard. And if the pawn goes here, then the elephant takes. So that's still okay for the cannon, and the cannon will have to go here, which is a good square considering what's on that file. That's to kind of block the elephant, but that doesn't work because the elephant can come back here. Alright, so we kind of fixed the situation. Now we'll need to activate. My idea is that if he brings the pawn here or push, then my elephant will be able to go there, and that's a very good square because that cannon is highly exposed. Okay, that's linking the pawn, defending, and also adding one threat here. And he goes for the exchange of the cannon for the knight. So that's 2-point giving, but the knights are stronger in an endgame. For now, the elephants are doing quite a good job. I will be able to retreat here. Or not yet. Okay, if elephant here, then knight that protects the cannon. That's also threat, so it wasn't working here. We have something quite Bringing the cannon here is not working because rook there, and that's a threat to exchange the rooks. So I have to remove the rook from the file before. Okay, so he goes for exchanging the rook. And now that's a very asymmetric endgame because you have two cannons and he has a lot of different material. We try to exchange one cannon for a knight since we have extra points. So check. And now the knight is free to dig in. As you can see, there's a knight in the corner, which are very bad, but he has to go there to exchange the rooks. So the squares where the knight can only go is here and here. So cannot check. I have some friends that are a bit retarded, and by pushing the pawn, he kind of gives a square, but I will simply lock it with the cannon. And if he brings back the guard there, then I simply bring the cannon and the knight will be for free. But before that, I have to deal with that elephant, which is in a very bad situation. For recycling the elephant. Elephant there that will chase my knight. Okay, but before that, threatening despawn. Now the knight can enter back into the game, sadly. But there is a few threats that... Okay, spinned. Pawn takes, and... no, guard takes. Pawn here, it's the best way to protect the elephant. Alright, that's to put a threat on the cannon once the knight has moved, but that's giving a cannon, and my cannon still has a lot of squares to jump, so there's no risk that the cannon dies. And now my goal is that, as you can see, he has 18 points of scores, and if he goes 10 or less to 10s, then the game is over because it stops considering point counting condition. Still 8 points is a long run, so I will recycle my cannon, go back here, and then I don't know, there probably. Okay. And then cannon in the middle to control the central file. I don't know if it's too complicated or if I'm too lazy, but I would like to end a zap, because that's very annoying game, and I'm not sure that there is a substantial material difference to checkmate, so I don't know. Okay, let's try the little trap. That's good, because he went for taking 3 points and I take 3 points, and there is a threat of a fork, so that will be even less material, and I will simply need to sacrifice, I don't know. Let's check. Okay, and he resigned. Alright, I messed up at some point in that game, because there was an elephant covering the rook, but still let's go for the new one. And he resigned. So let's play someone else which hasn't played so much games. That's only a few hundred. Okay, that's the idea for the opening. And he went to sacrifice both of his elephants. Often that could be playable to sacrifice one, but two, that's a lot. And there's no like big counterplay right now. So he may bring the rook here. Okay. There is a fork here, but the fork doesn't work because rook check and then pawn here. Yeah. Okay, I will sacrifice a knight just to see, because I like that variation. That will give a lot of play. The elephant will jump into the action, and the rook there is not yet doing enough, so if I simply hide my king in time, then it should be enough. Oh, I forgot that my rook was here. As you can see, I don't go for the safest variations, and sometimes there is some issue doing so. Still, I'm in a bad position, if you see the number of points, but I'm not dead yet. Yeah, that cannon I will be able to have it back. and that's a threat on this cannon, which has not so much squares. Okay. So I will be only half a point late, because I felt in a little trap. The cannon is a threatening and then knight, so the best move is probably knight check. And my king is in a way better position than his king. Or knight here. So we are coming back, but still not so easy to conclude. Yeah, knight check force. And I think that was a mistake because I simply come back. And if he takes, I can take. I have a better score. Okay, the problem is that the cannon is very slow to change the file. So if I bring my pawn, that will be quicker. Mind the knight, let's bring that one. See? Now he tries to go back here, but that requires 2 tempos, so I simply bring my king back. And that's not a deal anymore. I'm trying to pass the defense. Simply push, then go out here, that's the enemy square, and push, and I take the cannon. And at this point, he should resign. Yeah, that was a weird game. Okay, and yeah, he reached 10 points, so that was over. But considering the strategy, I simply need to bring the rook there, and he could not go forward because I was blocking, and simply pass. That was a weird game, a lot of mistakes in both sides. Still 100 moves, as you can see. But so the difference in that position is that here the king is not already secured. If it was in that position, if a guard was there, then I would have completely lost. But he went for something a bit greedy, so now there's only the cannon, as the king is not directly close to the cannon, so that's a very, very, I don't remember the word, good situation to bring the rook there and threaten the cannon. But before that, simply avoiding knight takes cannon. Even if we lose a pawn, that's nothing compared to what happens. And in that case, if the rook goes, then I simply take, and rook cannot take because that's cannon double check. If the knight goes, then I take. If the quad goes, I take. That's free. So the solution was to bring the king that avoids rook takes, otherwise king takes, but simply bring back the pawn to the middle to give a support on the knight he threatened, and knight check doesn't work because of the rook. That was the idea. Yeah, lost the first game, but we are on our way to be promoted 6th cup. Yeah, thanks. That was not the safest play I did, because I decided to sacrifice the knight to have more mobility, but that could have been played. I would have loved that he opened there. Okay, I'm not sure what are the intentions to bring the elephant to the center. Hello, Pavel. So if the pawn goes there, then there's a threat on the knight. So in that case I will sacrifice the elephant in order to bring the knight in the center. Yeah. Since the rook is threatened, he cannot take the knight, so probably knight takes. And now the knight is activated and he decides to come back directly. Pawn here is a mistake because the cannon directly goes there. Plus 45, 64. Not yet. I was planning to maybe do it now, because what's here is that there is a double threat on the knight, and there is a double defense with the elephant and the rook. So if I'm able to pin the elephant, then the knight is for free. But before bringing the rook, yep, the chords, yeah, sorry, swap that. The rook goes in the side. I have to mind the cannons that are there. Yeah, to remember, you will have to train a bit. That takes a few weeks if you begin to play. But there is a site like PyChess where you can use the symbol with, like, I would say European symbols. I can show you later if you are interested in. Okay. Now the elephant is pinned, as we say. Is it possible to take with the cannon directly? Yes, that's possible, but is it a good move? $33, $38. You mean as a defense? Yeah, that's a defense I considered. They also want the guards to split, like, because the cannon then may have some influence. Because if the cannon goes here, then the guard is not defended, and I think sacrificing the knight is worth it in that situation. So, okay, that's disconnection from his side, so we have 1 minute to reconnect. But the only move that will be working is the pawn here. That's a defense, but what he was aiming to do was to use that majority of cannons and the rook to kind of dig my fortress for that side. And that's also why, I put the knight here. That's to break the cannon from jumping, because there is 2 pieces right now. Of course, when I take back, he may jump, so if he brings one cannon there, that's okay, because both of the cannon will be paralyzed for defending. And I simply can, for example, bring my rook there and get that elephant for free. So if the cannon goes there, that's not a big deal for me. And I think that will be forfeit. That's sad because the game was interesting. He had some counterplay for real, but still, like... oh yeah, that's check. Check, so if king here, then elephant check. Of course that was losing 2 points, but there's now no way to save the knight here. So there is two ways to retreat the knight. The first one is here, which is not so active because the cannon comes back, or there, that's more active. And in such case, I simply sacrifice my cannon back, take, and now cannon takes, rook takes, on here, takes, maybe rook here. There is not enough material to gain, and that cannon cannot quickly come back to the center because there's no material here. So yeah, that's 2 victory to go to the next league. So let's play 2 more and let's win those games. I'll try to play a bit safer to just secure the victories. Yeah, the elephant have a nice check place also. Okay, see you. No props, and tomorrow I also stream, if you are there. What do you mean? Most of the time you try to exchange piece when you have a less active piece than your opponent, but otherwise you can exchange if there is a combination after that. But when you are red, you begin with a bonus point like 73.5, and blue has only 72 points. So if, for example, all material exchange, then red will win because there is a point system in Korean chess. But the game is a bit complicated than simply exchanging everything. That's why there is some interest. So it really depends. Of course, you exchange pieces that are the same value, otherwise it's a sacrifice. And when you sacrifice, you have to have a kind of positional counterpart, which happens sometimes. So here by pushing we created a little weakness on the elephant, and as you can see there is already the cannon and the rook that are aiming to that elephant, and there is the knight, so he's kind of already in a very weak position because the only move to defend is by bringing the pawn there, but I can sacrifice the elephant. So yeah, here for example the elephant is 3 points and the pawn is only 2, but since the pawn was defending, now that's a rook, and I will gain a little tempo by bringing that other elephant that forced the rook to move, and now I take the elephant that was support. So in the end, I gained the pawn for free, and I have a better position. There's a pawn hanging here. But if the elephant moves, then the cannon is dead. So I have to retreat, and I will activate the rook just after that. Okay, so here there was the double threat on the pawn, and I don't want the elephant for the 2 pawns. Okay, and that was also threatening to gain the knight, but that won't happen yet. Alright, now that rook have some play. And there's directly a pawn to target. It takes. It takes, and that's giving back a pawn. Okay, and that's a suggestion to exchange a knight. But what I really target is this file that is quite weak, because there's already the cannon and I may bring the rook. That's to recycle the cannon. Look there, to threaten the knight, the best solution is to bring the guard as a support. And here the simple idea is to take, pawn takes, and take the elephant for free that's hanging just after. Okay, the idea is to block the rook, but I will come back and I gain the pawn. You may miss that. Not the best to go here, but I don't have so much choices. The hidden threat was rook take cannon, because that was here. Alright, so we are back to equality in terms of material. So now the idea is to exchange the knight for the cannon, because the knight will have way more influence than the cannon. No, sorry, that was not equality because I gave a guard here. Cannon check, king back to the center. So I have 23.5 points and you have 27, so that's 3.5 points late. But the counterpart is that we play with a knight instead of a cannon. Here. That would be supported by the knight, so that's okay. Maybe cannon here is a bit annoying. So I'm trying to prevent the pawn from being linked together, because if they are linked probably, and especially in that side, they will be very hard to be stopped. That elephant has to retreat somewhere like here or here. Okay, he decides to ignore this. So I could take, but he pushes. Okay, I take. That's a threat on the cannon, but I'm not interested by exchanging my knight for the cannon. Knight takes, pawn takes, elephant takes, check. Since there is a free elephant, I have to take that. But he decided to exchange this way, which was a bit unexpected. Just check, and that pawn will be for free. And we have a comfortable advantage right now. The rule of the king opposition is not available in Kakao Janggi, so there's no need to consider that. Simply wants to retreat the cannon, but he's not letting me. Check. And it's very long for an elephant to threaten a square that is 3 rows away, because that would need to kind of jump and then jump back, jump here, and finally you can threaten that, but that takes a lot of moves and requires a lot of mobility also. Simply need to avoid forks. Stay focused until the very end. And here that's to check. And now we are, the only retreat square for that elephant is here. And that's not a great square. Yeah, he's trying to go back to the center in order to kind of pin what I have. But since the cannon stays there, there's no risk, and the cannon may not be kicked out by the elephant before a long time. I'm sorry, the game is not really interesting at that point. I need to conclude. Okay, let's to come back there. Uh, what do you mean? On the right of the fortress? This? I could go here, yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that the cannon is threatening that square here. So if I go here, then I lose that. I don't lose it because my knight is covering, but still I'm not stuck. To create us. Oh, the cross maybe because there was a cannon. Cannon, they jump over pieces to attack, so they have a bit some tricky. They have some tricky moves. Okay, the threat is check here, but that's not very big. If check, then I simply go back there. Maybe it'll be hidden for a long time. Okay, we'll try something. That's a trap because cannon takes and there is a fork. Let's check and threatening the cannon. And that will be 5 more points. So yeah, he resigns on that point because there's not enough to go. Alright, so we do a last one. And I hope that I will be winning this one. Let's go for opposite side elephant. Thanks. There is a system of leagues, and every victory is 10 points, and once I reach 15 I will be promoted 6. The name of the league is Cup. And once you reach 1 cup, then you are in the Dan system. 1 Dan, 2 Dan, 3 Dan, and that goes until 9 Dan. So I have another account where I am 8 Dan, but that takes a lot of games to win, and those people are not really at my level play, even if I don't play very good while streaming. But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, kind of. I'm trying to prepare a series to explain the rules for very beginners, so... Okay, that's a disconnection, so maybe when that's ready you can have a look at that to better understand the rules and also to train to recognize the pieces. Okay, seems like He won't be reconnecting. This beginning was okay, but yeah, there's no need to resign here. Oh, you found that. Alright, so we won. That was not a great victory, and we just have been promoted 6th cup, and that will be enough for tonight. And tomorrow I will be also streaming at 5 p.m. But we will be doing puzzles, not Road to 9 Dam. So I wish you a nice evening, and see you later. Bye.